My friends, this week I have a little math project for you that's going to help you count and add large numbers using groups of 10. Have you ever had a collection of anything? Ever started a collection? Collections can be of all kinds of things. Some people collect matchbox cars, some people collect coins, some people collect flags or license plates. Friends, this week I want you to start a collection and add to it each day. An example of a collection is pennies. I started a penny collection. Whatever your collection is, it does need to be something small that's easily countable that you can kind of lay out on a table in front of you to count up, okay? Because remember, we're going to be adding to it each day. And also, I'm going to ask you to keep track of how many you have in your collection each day. So watch the next part of the video so that you can see how I recorded my collection. On my very first day of collecting, I made a decision about what I wanted to collect. And as you know, I decided on pennies. So the first place I found some pennies was in a little jar on a shelf. And I dumped the pennies I found out, and this is how many I have. How many do you think are here? Think about it for a minute. Do you think it's more than 10? Do you think it's more than 50? You can start, if you want to, trying to kind of make a picture in your head of what maybe a group of 10 would look like. That's a good estimation strategy. And then count how many groups of 10 you think there are. Okay, so guess what? I'm actually not going to count them quite yet. I'm just starting my collection, making a little estimate about how many I have. And I'm going to go ahead and put them in a new jar to start my new penny collection. And later today and tomorrow morning, I am going to keep looking for more pennies around my house. So the first time I count my collection, I'm going to count by 2s, then 5s, then 10s. In the end, I'm going to record how many 10s and how many single pennies I have. Here we go with counting by 2s. 2, you can count with me, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28. All right, now I'm going to try by 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28. And now finally, by 10s. I'm going to take 2 of my 5s because I know 5 and 5 is 10. I know that's a row of 10. Whoops, I'll keep my 3 for later. Another 2 groups of 5. 1 more group of 5. And my last 3. And now I can count by 10s. 10, 20. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. 10 plus 10 plus 8 equals 28. Now I'm going to record it. I'm going to pick a nicer color. I had 2 10s. Each 10 is going to be a line. And I had 8 single pennies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That makes 28. And I can write an equation for that. 10 plus 10 plus 8 equals 28. Great. Now I'm done with my work for day 2. The next day, I'm going to add a whole bunch more to my collection, but I better keep track of how much I have in all. So I'm going to start again by re-recording the first amount I have in my jar. That was 28. So 2 10s and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 single pennies to make 28. I better write down that 28 again. Okay, now I'm going to count this whole bunch more that I'm going to add. If you want, when you do this, you can practice counting by 2s and counting by 5s again, but end with counting by 10s. I'm going to skip all the way to counting by 10s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20, 30, 40 down here, and then 2 more, 41, 42. Wow, I'm adding 42 pennies to the 28 I already had. So I'm going to pick a new color and I'm going to record my 42. How many 10s were there? How many groups of 10? There were 4 of them. 10, 20, 30, 40. And how many single pennies? 1, 2. That makes 42. I'll record that here. Now, how many pennies do I have all together? Let's count. You know what? I'm going to start by counting all the 10s, and then I'm going to add on the single pennies. Here we go. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Okay, there's 6 10s, so that makes 60 altogether, plus, let's see, 8 1s here and 2 1s here. That's another 10. 60 plus 1 more 10 makes 70. So here I'm going to write, see, I'm going to put it in black. I'm going to write 28 plus 42 equals 70. That's 70 pennies all together. And now I can put my pennies in the jar. Check this out. On days 3 and 4 of my penny collection, I added first another 33 pennies to the 70 I had, and I figured out that I had 103 pennies all together. I recorded my 100 with a square, and I continued to record my single pennies with 3 dots. In the number 103, there are no groups of 10. There's just one big group of 100 and 3 singles. So that's how I recorded it. On my next day, I had my 103 pennies, and then I found 56 more. So I recorded the 56 more, and then I counted up how many pennies I had all together. But did I have to start all the way from 1? No, I had the 103. And what I decided to do, and you may have a different strategy, and that's fine. But my strategy was to count the 100, then the 10s, then the single pennies. And here's what I got. 100 plus 50 more is 150. 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150. Then plus 3 more is 153. 150, 151, 152, 153. I I can't forget about the 6 single pennies that are here. So let's see, 153, 154, 155, 156, 157, 158, 159, and the total of my penny collection now is 159. So friends, you can take as many days as you want or as many times as you want to add to your collection, but make sure that you record it in a way that makes sense to you so that you can keep track of how many pennies you have altogether.